to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Spring is here, the sky is blue. Whoa, birds all sing as if they knew. Today's a day we'll say I do, and we'll never be lonely anymore. Because we're going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. We really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Bells will ring, the sun will shine. Whoa, I'll leave his and he'll be mine.
Hi. Welcome. I'm Anne, happen to be David's cousin, and I want to welcome you to this wonderful event. We are gathered here today to witness the marriage of David Shine and Adrian Lucas Walton, to bless their union by our presence and to offer our love and support as they build a new life together as a married couple. May I ask the parents to come forward, please? Nancy and Mark Walton, Sally Shine, escorted by Quinn Walton. Who presents Adrian in marriage?
We do.
Who presents David in marriage?
I do.
Thank you. Would you like to embrace your boys? Your men? A lot of hugs. Hugs are good. Adrian's mother, Nancy, and David's mother, Sally, will each light a candle to symbolize the love and allegiance that both families have for Adrian and David and for each other's family. The mothers will then use their tapers to light a single candle, uniting both families through their love of this couple. Now you may be seated. Both David's and Adrian's parents have blessed the intention of their two children to marry, and the mothers, Sally and Nancy, helped by Mark, have lighted the way, both literally and spiritually, to the home that David and Adrian will inhabit as a married couple. Both families view marriage as a sacred rite. Both bless the willingness of the couple to enter into a permanent partnership. Now it is the couple who confirms the marriage, expressing their consent to enter into a new life together. This canopy, this huppah, which frames the altar and covers the wedding party, is traditional at Jewish weddings. It symbolizes the home the couple will create together. Open to the four winds and ready to receive guests, it invites us in and provides a sacred space where David and Adrian will commit to creating wholeness, a family of their own fashioning from their individual lives. The singular life that they will create together cannot be accomplished without committing to the bonds of marriage. Above the canopy, the huppah, shines the greater dome of heaven. This place we all inhabit right now is sacred space. Just as the sanctuary of a church or a synagogue is sacred space, where similar solemn and joyful vows are taken, the same intention to commit each to the other is voiced. So it is in all faith and cultural traditions across time and space when two people freely give themselves to marriage. The universe blesses their union. And here we are, their guests, in this symbolic home that Pam Colburn has so generously offered for this special day and this special ceremony that has become, for this moment, Adrian and David's living room. This living room where their new life will begin, where all of us, friends and family as community, have the privilege to witness and celebrate their intent. By witnessing their vows voiced here today, this community becomes part of the source, a stream of energy now and in the years to come that flows into David's and Adrian's life together as a married couple. As you know, wine is almost universally used in all traditions as a way to celebrate and sanctify a variety of events. These events are most often events of celebration and thanksgiving. Just as Nancy and Sally lit one candle to symbolize the coming together of both families through the marriage of their children, so now David and Adrian will offer wine from their individual cups, actually it's champagne, to the other to further symbolize the blending of their individual lives. So please, each of you sip. And now offer the other a sip from your own cup. Yay. Isn't together better? David, you ready for this? Do you take Adrian to be your husband, to live together in the estate of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Adrian, do you take David to be your husband, to live together in the estate of matrimony? Will you love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, and be faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will, and I do.
David and Adrian, it is now time to actually voice your vows, which will marry you each to the other. Vows are sacred oaths, stronger than pledges, more enduring than promises. Vow means both to wish deeply and to voice in word and intent. Just as in the Genesis story, the world was spoken into existence on the spiritual plane, you will begin to create your new life together by speaking these vows. Please repeat. I, David, take you, Adrian, to be my husband.
I, David, take you, Adrian, to be my husband.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad.
I promise to be
True to
true
you
to you in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love you and honor you in all the days of my life.
I, Adrian, take you, David, to be my husband.
I, Adrian, take you, David, as my husband.
I promise to be true to you in good times and bad,
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad,
in sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
Will all of you who witness these pledges do your utmost to support this marriage?
Yes.
Yes. So, Ronan, we need your help, please. Rings are an ancient symbol, blessed and simple, round like the sun, round like the moon. Do you know that tonight, January 1st, is the night of the full moon? I think that's especially cool. Circles for love that is given comes back around again and again. No beginning, no end. Round like the sun, like the full moon, like the eye, like arms that embrace. May these symbols remind you that your love, like the sun, like the full moon, illumines your life and the lives of those your lives touch. That your love, bless you, like the eye, must see clearly, and that your love, like arms that embrace each other, embrace this world with grace and compassion. You to go first. Adrian, with this ring,
Adrian, with this ring,
I thee wed.
I thee wed.
Is there another ring? David, with this ring, I thee wed.
David, with this ring, I thee wed.
When David and Adrian accepted my offer to perform their wedding ceremony, I was honored. And I also felt the weight of responsibility. It's a big deal to perform a wedding. I met with them to plan their wedding. I listened to their stories about how they met, their coming together as a couple years later, heard their intent, saw who they are as individuals and as a couple. They have been married in all but name for some time now. How did this happen? Rumi, the great 12th century Sufi poet, says, "Lovers don't finally meet somewhere, they're in each other all along." Adrian and David said the relationship that was becoming a marriage evolved as a natural progression. Things just developed. Their desire to live together has become a big, serious commitment. They both agree that. And marriage remains the inevitability of that commitment. As a benediction, a blessing for David and Adrian as a married couple, I offer this poem from the Native American Apache tradition. It is called Apache Song. Now you will feel no rain, for each of you will shelter the other. Now you will feel no cold, for each of you will be warmth to the other. Now there is no loneliness for you. Now there is no more loneliness. Now you are two bodies, but there is only one life before you. Blessed be your dwelling place, where you will enter your days together, and may your days be good and long on this earth. As this Apache blessing acknowledges, no life escapes sorrow, and the togetherness of marriage offers a shelter against individual suffering. Today is a day of celebration and joy for which the Jewish folklore tradition offers a gesture designed to keep challenges at bay as long as possible. David and Adrian will now shatter a glass that is wrapped in this napkin. May this be the only shattering of your lives. It is now my privilege to introduce to you David and Adrian, a married couple, henceforth and forever to be known as David Walton Shine and Adrian Lucas Walton Shine. You may each kiss your husband. That's it. Okay.
Just paying attention to that. That was a nice blending. It's not easy. That's not easy to do. It's a tough one.
Hi, Jack. Isn't it a wonderful way to start the year?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, Bruce Valent would like to give a toast to David and Adrian.
Oh! Good evening, I'm Amy Schumer. Hi. We look alike. I remember when I met Adrian, actually, I went over to the house, which is where you climb almost as many steps as I'm doing later to my car. And we were looking at a tape of an obscure musical version of Macbeth called Mac the Knife, which was shot, Dave shot it in Cleveland because it centered around Lady Macbeth, who was played by Faye Dunaway. And it closed in Cleveland because Faye threw a lit cigarette into the witch's cauldron, angry about her wig. But Dave had the tape, and so we were looking at this amazing tape, and it probably wasn't that show. It was probably some other humongous awfulness. But, you know, he shot them all. And Adrian was watching the thing, and I was fascinated because I realized that we were both connoisseurs of crap. Broadway. I mean, later on, second time I was there, and we were on the couch together, and we were watching unforgettable production of Marley Matlin and Hello Dolly. It was a Deaf West workshop that, and her interpreter, Jack, was in it in a little red dress coming down the stairs behind her. It was fabulous. Again, it never went anywhere, but Dave had the tape. So I learned that they really are meant to be together. I know when they said, we're doing this in the afternoon so that they can go home tonight on their wedding night and watch Dance of the Vampires. I knew that this was a couple that would be here forever. And I know we've already quoted Rumi and we've quoted some other people, so I will quote the Bard, Shonda Rhimes. No, this is who she gets it from. It was from Shakespeare, let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediment. And who would want to admit impediment to these two people who found each other under these extraordinary circumstances? And I watched this unfold while watching Bad Broadway. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me while watching Bad Broadway. And even Bad Broadway that I wrote that I was getting paid for, this was better to see. I think they will reign forever, and I toast to them and the marriage of true minds. Dave, Adrian, here. All right, you spilled. That's like me. I know it's going to work now because you spilled. It's a Jewish thing. It's a Jewish thing if you happen to own a dry cleaners. All right, who's next? Or is no one next?
Hey, Dave.
What?
I'd like to take a group photo. Everyone looks great there.
Oh, a photo. How handy, we're all here. All right. She wants us to all raise our glasses like we didn't just drink everything in a big onesie. Those of us hidden by palm trees, crouch.
I'll just give Dave a moment.
You need to see Dave. Well, yeah, that would
See
be.
me, so that's good.
Well,
Okay, to Dave and Adrian.
Mazel.
I'm the best man. Yeah.
Hello.
Kids, don't stop.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Dad.
Hi. Courage, yeah. So you can hold on to this. So
I want to say hello.
Yeah. So I know before everyone starts mingling again, I just wanted to make a very, very quick speech. I didn't have time to print anything off, so I have to do a real dorky thing like this. I just want to thank everybody for coming today. It's just a beautiful occasion beyond my expectations, really, and I just want to say how happy I am to be here for you two from a very long distance, obviously, to bring everyone and get everyone included. It's been lovely. As most of you here probably don't know, I'm Adrian's brother, Cameron, and right, I'm a high school math teacher. Which, yeah, hey, you're very kind, but I was expecting a pretty tough act to follow, and I'm not disappointed in that regard. So, luckily, my goal today isn't to be. I'm not going to try to entertain you. I'm just going to try to be a little genuine and to not piss anybody off. Because I am better than anyone in this room at that, for my brother. So anyway, I'm going to try to do my best here. Adrian is, he is brave, he's outspoken, loyal, busy, proud, generous, forgiving, but not forgetting, and he sees the best in people when others don't, I think. He's the youngest of the three of us brothers, and we tend to worry about you. And I know you hate that, and I'm sorry, but I don't think we need to worry about you anymore. You once told me that you love for your friends to entertain you, so I think you got really lucky today. Sometimes I think my little brother was born at the wrong time. This fine young man you see before you grew up with all of us in a little small town in rural Michigan. And our hometown was many things, but progressive it was not. So, but he stood his ground, he found his way, and he did not take any shit from anyone. Sorry, kids. And he came out to pretty much everybody in town in, I don't know, 10th grade. And I just want to tell you today that I think that was probably the bravest thing I've ever seen anyone do. So, yeah, here's to you for that. Other than our last name, our appearance, and the house we grew up in, we didn't really have a lot in common when we grew up. We fought a lot, and I don't think he understood me. I did not understand him. And we'd have these annual ceasefires every summer when we got shipped off to Grandma's house in Vermont. We didn't have a choice because they couldn't separate us like Mom and Dad could. So we just had to have a truce, but we just couldn't keep it going when we got home. So we pretty much just tolerated each other for 20 years. And we didn't find our common ground until we moved out here 20 years ago, I'd say. And this happens to be the same time that I met David. Unlike Adrian and I, he and I had a lot of common interests, lots of gadgets and movies and technology, and I ended up working for David quite a bit, and I don't think Adrian really liked videography that much, and working together, that's probably for the best anyway, don't do that. Yeah. So fast forward 15 years later to, well, very recent past. Everything's different now. We both left LA. I'm now living in New Zealand with my lovely wife and 3 children. And Adrian came and visited us during a time of what I would just have to call soul searching, maybe. And it was an awesome visit. 1 month in a tiny little house with all of these kids. And we didn't fight once. We'd outgrown that, I think. And we went off to that little island one day. And we did this walk in the morning. And it was beautiful. And I think it was one of those few days that we get that we'll just never forget. I'll never forget that morning. And the reason I don't think I'll ever forget is that that was the day he had told me that he and David had this little meeting at LAX, romantic LAX, on the way out to New Zealand. And you'd spent hours together just chatting about life and kind of reconnecting. And I could just kind of tell from the way you were talking to me that this was the beginning of a potential new stage in your life. And obviously today is a testament to the fact that it was. And I just think that even though you guys had your differences, so did we. And it's just that those basic values and principles that people have that hold you together. And I think that you two found that you were really well matched. David, he's kind, funny, caring, generous, and he just wants to be happy. His name's Shine, for Christ's sake. I've known him for years, and I knew he'd be good for Adrian. He'd be good to Adrian, and that you would be good to him. And he would respect you really properly, which I know is a big, big deal for you. I know you have your differences. You're the Mary Tyler Moore guy, and you're the Golden Girls, but I knew that you could get past this, and it seems that you've managed to do so. So summing up, I just want to say how happy I am for both of you. I know that you'll take good care of each other, and that's really all that matters. So, Adrian, I love you so much. I'm so happy for you today, and I think you found yourself a good man. And I'm so sorry for being such a jerk for 20 years. David, welcome to the family. It was just a matter of time, wasn't it? Today just makes it official. Congratulations to the happy couple.
Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be.
Monday, wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to run day, it's just another manic.
Monday is my favorite time of year. I'm gonna tell you what I really think I like about Mondays. Gonna feel like Saturdays when you don't gotta go to work. Every day is a holiday. I wake up when I want to. I do anything I wanna do. Can't wait for Tuesday. Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight. I spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and I just want you back by my side. Yes, it's been quite a summer, rent-a-cars and westbound trains. And now you're off on vacation, something you tried to explain. And darling, it's I love you so, that's the reason I just let you go. Come Monday, it'll be alright. Come Monday, I'll be holding you tight. I spent 4 lonely days in a brown LA haze, and
stepping out with my baby, I can't go wrong, 'cause I'm in right. It's for sure and not for maybe that I'm all dressed up tonight. Stepping out with my honey, can't be bad to feel so good. I never felt quite so sunny, and I keep on a knocking wood. There'll be smooth sailing, 'cause I'm trimming my sails in my top hat and my white tie and my tails. Oh, stepping out with my baby, can't go wrong, 'cause I'm in right. Ask me when will the day be, the big day may be tonight.
love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing.
Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be, you know that there are. And if you want to live high, live high. And if you want to live low, live low. 'Cause there's a million ways to go, you know that there are. What you want, the opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, then you can do it today. You can make it all true, and you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. Well, if you want to say yes, say yes. And if you want to say no, say no. 'Cause there's a million ways to go, you know that there are. And if you want to be me, be me. And if you want to be you, be you. 'Cause there's a million things to do, you know that there are. You can do what you want, the opportunity's on. And if you find a new way, you can do it today. You can make it all true, and you can make it undo. You see, it's easy. You only need to know. Well, if you want to sing out, sing out. And if you want to be free, be free. 'Cause there's a million things to be. You know that there are, you know that there are, you know that there are, you know that there are. You know that there are.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky.